minds from academia and policy circles. Many of them I've stolen ideas from liberally. People ranging from Robert Gordon to Austin Goolsbee, John Gruber, my dear friend Jim Wallace here, who can talk, I think, who can inform what are sometimes dry policy debates with a prophetic voice.
President Obama was less complimentary when asked about Gruber earlier this week.
I just heard about this. Yeah, I get well briefed before I come out here. The fact that some advisor who never worked on our staff expressed an opinion that I completely disagree with in terms of the voters is no reflection on the actual process that was run.
Fact checkers at the Washington Post say Gruber earned almost $400,000 through contracts from the Health and Human Services Department. He also reportedly earned more than $2 million for an ongoing contract with HHS dealing with Medicare's prescription drug plan. The National Review puts the figure far higher, as in $6 million. It lists paychecks to Gruber from a number of states, including Vermont, Minnesota, and Michigan, to name a few. David Axelrod recently tweeted, quote, "If you looked up stupid in the dictionary, you'd find Gruber's picture." Yesterday, he went on Twitter to post one additional note on Gruber, adding, quote, "His contributions to the ACA, like Governor Romney's Massachusetts plan, were valuable. His throwaway quips were offensive." Nancy Pelosi also drew attention for recently saying she doesn't know who Jonathan Gruber is, although she touted his work back in 2009. Joe?
Hey, I don't know where to start. I'm looking over this list of how much Jonathan Gruber made from the federal government. $103,000 from the Department of State. Of course, you talked about Minnesota. $392,600 from the Department of HHS. $1.73 million from the Justice Department, $2,050,000 from the U.S. National Institutes for Health. He's a guy that went into the White House, I believe, to help construct this plan dozens of times, at least a dozen times. And in fact, the president's own Organizing for America said that he helped, quote, write the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
If these people that are trying themselves out every couple days saying Gruber, who Gruber, what Gruber, where Gruber, Horton hears a Gruber, I don't hear a Gruber, they're embarrassing themselves. Nancy Pelosi saying she's never heard of Jonathan Gruber, and yet she's praising him at the height of the debate during the Affordable Care Act. Barack Obama doing this act, and I don't know who tells him it makes him look cool. It doesn't. It really makes him look.
You thanked the person or given a nod to someone in the audience. You had no idea who they were. He was reading that off a script. So it's not so gotcha.
I think actually, no, I've been in situations on a much, much smaller level. On a much, much smaller level where you're running for office, but every presidential candidate goes through this. Who are the people that you're going to surround yourself with when you become president of the United States? And people say, well, you know, Colin Powell over here, and it would be great to have Leon Panetta over here. In this case, and we've all seen this before, Steve Ratner, in this case, he was being asked by the Brookings Institute, who are some of the top people that you will have around you that influence your thinking? So if you're president of the United States, we're going to know which direction you're going to go in. And Steve Ratner, he brought up Jonathan Gruber. And he did that for a reason, because Gruber had put together Romneycare up in Massachusetts, and he wanted him to put together Obamacare in Washington, D.C. I think that is a very, I don't want to say gotcha moment, because this is taken care of by the president, you know, engaging in politics 101. He's a smart guy. We use him. He helped us do a lot of really good things, but he said some stupid things. Instead of Steve pretending like he didn't even know who he was.
Look, I think that's exactly the point. Jonathan Gruber was, back in the day, in 2009, the guru on health care. As you said, he designed the Massachusetts plan for Romney. I think if you go back and look at the Washington Post or the New York Times or anything from that period, you will find Jonathan Gruber's name all over it, as both someone who's a leading expert on health care, quoted by everybody, as someone who the White House was using. I don't think we knew the dollar numbers that he was paid at the time, but he was certainly, I remember that when I was in the White House, he was certainly viewed as an important figure in helping to put Obamacare together. And so it's exactly what you said. The problem is not that Gruber helped them put Obamacare together, because he was the man. The problem is what he did.
I don't know who this Gruber guy is. It's, again, just say it. What an idiot.
Yeah. I would just say,
it's like,
it's
quite
funny
frankly, when Democrats lost the election, you let me down, guys. Just say it.
Yeah.
Mika,
it's funny. What Willie said is exactly right.
Yeah.
When I saw David Axelrod's tweet yesterday, I was like, okay, David's pulling out his hair in Chicago.
Exactly.
He was kind of trying to send a signal. Guys, say he was really important in this because
he's an idiot.
People aren't dumb. It's almost like the White House thinks people are as stupid as Jonathan Gruber thinks people are.
Please.
But no, I'm serious by saying if you think you can go out and say, oh, we don't know who this guy is, when he got paid millions and millions of dollars by the federal government, and he was one of the architects of Obamacare, and Organizing for America identified him as one of the architects, one of the writers of Obamacare, and Barack Obama, when he was running for president, said he'd be one of the key people helping him put together his new administration. It's almost as if they agree with Jonathan Gruber that we're all stupid and we're not going to be able to just Google his name and find all of this. They need to put this behind them.
Okay.